So Narayana Dudbhutoyam Varnakramaha. We already studied this sutra in the last session. So the Sanskrit alphabet, they appear from Lord Narayana. So the origin is Narayana. Um, Again, one more thing. So all the alphabets in sequence, I also asked you to memorize that. So let's hear that also. Yes, Radhika Vallabhji. All the Sanskrit alphabet, vowels and the consonants.
A, I, U, R, L, A, I, O, Au, H, K, G, Ng, Ch, J, Ñ, T, D, N, T, D, N, P, B, M, Y, R, L, Sh, Sah.
Okay. Yes, Mataji.
A, I, U, R, E, I, O, Au, Aha, K, G, Ng, Ch, J, Ñ, T, D, N, T, N, P, M, Y, R, L, V, Sh, H.
Okay. So then these are all like 49 some letters or sounds. Then there is like a brief discussion on pronunciation of each letter. I generally don't really get into it. Um,
Yeah, I saw that you got into it in the weekend batch. So
oh, that was like
that was a whole presentation. So that was nice.
yeah, I have the presentation, everything. So okay, let me just like give you a brief, and you will able to understand that. So the weekend batch began like 4 years back. Then I used to give, not in like the recent ones. But anyhow,
Well, we can also skip it and whatever you like. We can also like watch the recordings of the one for you.
yeah, that would be good. So if you can like post the link for that particular session in the group, would be nice. Yeah, would be wonderful. Grammar is my first love. So yeah, what to do. So you can kindly post.
You mean the Ucharana Sthana and about the
Yeah, yeah,
letters?
right. The Ucharana Sthana is the place
And
of
and Abhyantara Prayatna, those things. Huh?
mainly like the places of
Ucharana Sthana.
pronunciations.
Okay.
The 5 places of articulation.
At least that I've studied in the Panini Vyakarani.
Yes, yes, it's
So I'm familiar with it.
okay, okay. So, and you have studied from the videos, Mataji, right? You said.
Yeah, I just
Okay, then
click.
yeah, yeah. Then you can just share. Prabhu also know
Mhm.
the subject, and you're also familiar. Yeah, so that's fine. Moving ahead. Tatra adau chaturdash sarveshwaraha. Sutra 2. So amongst all the alphabet, all the letters, uh, the Sanskrit alphabet, a, a, I, I, U, Ri, 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 A, I, O, O, Hang, Aha, Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Nga, Cha, 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 Janga, Ta, Ta, Da, Dhana, Ta, Ta, Da, Dhana, Pa, Pa, Ba, Ba, Ma, Yara, Lava, Sha, Sha, Sa, Ha. So amongst all of them, Tatra, there, Adau. meaning beginning. So the first 14 varnas, the first 14 letters of that alphabet, they are called Sarveshwaras. Basically, they are vowels. In general Sanskrit, we call them Swara Varnas, right? Swara Varnas. In Panini, they call it Ach. They call it Ach. Here, Jiva Goswami says or names them Sarveshwara. So the 14 Varnas are A, I, U, Ri, A, I, O, and Au. So these are called the Sarveshwaras. And there is a reason why Jiva Goswami named them Sarveshwara, because just like Sarveshwara means the independent Lord, one who is the Lord of everyone, and he doesn't depend on anyone else for his own maintenance. Similarly, okay, before that, can I do annotation here? There's no option to annotate, to like write something.
No, normally there is something
I don't know
here,
how to do it.
but
I've never used
Okay,
it.
anyhow, that's fine. I'll just take word, type it there. Maybe we'll have to do something in the setting on the Zoom. Okay, how will you pronounce this?
Ki,
key.
What about this?
ku,
Ku,
What about this?
ka.
And what about this?
ka.
No. Then what's the
Ku.
difference between the third one and the fourth one?
There's no difference.
There's some swara there.
Yeah, yeah. So the idea is, the point is that the consonants in Sanskrit, they are dependent on the vowels in order to be pronounced. The consonants, they need to have any of the vowels so that they can be pronounced. So they are dependent in that way. But the vowels, the Sarveshwaras, are independent because they do not depend on any other letter to be pronounced. So in that way, they are Sarveshwaras. So Jiva Goswami named them Sarveshwaras.
So in the Jiva Goswami, this one, Likara has a Hraswa also. In Panini
Yes.
Vyakaran, there is no Raswa for Likara, no?
Yeah, this one you're saying, right?
L,
Yeah,
Raswa Dirgha both are there.
yes, yes, Lri and Lri.
Lru and Lru.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the Sarveshwaras, the first 14. Tatra adau Chaturdasha Sarveshwaraha. Then so the individual letters in the alphabet, so they are called aksharas, right? They are called aksharas or they are called varnas, just so that you know. The letters are called aksharas or varna generally. And the vowels are called swara varnas or ach. Here we call them sarveshwaras. Then dasha dashavatara. Now amongst them, the first 10 vowels, they are called dashavatara. So ri, and lri. So these 10 are called dashavataras. You might be thinking that what's the use of, making or classifying them into different groups? But the whole grammar will actually depend on these classifications, different groups of letters. So Jiva Goswami has really divided things very beautifully. So these are the Dashavataras, as you can see. Right? Now, Tesham Dvau Dvav Ekatmakau.
So just one small quick question.
Yeah.
The 10 letters are Dashavatara. That means the individual letter, do they also refer to the corresponding Dashavatara? Matsya,
Correspond.
Kurma. Like for Akara will refer to Matsya, Akara will refer to Kurma.
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are the Dashavataras. So now, Tesham Dvav Ekatmakau. The next sutra is Tesham Dvav Ekatmakau. Meaning, amongst the Dashavataras, both varnas of each consecutive pair are called Ekatmaka. First of all, Ekatmaka means Ek Atma, one soul. Just like Radha and Krishna, they are Ekatma. Ekatmanau api bhuvi pura deha bhedam gatavtau. Chaitanya Charitamrita. Very famous verse. That they are one entity, one soul, Ekatma, but for the sake of pastime, the deha bhedam, they divided from manifested themselves into two. Pura earlier. Similarly, now we see them like 5 pairs of 2 letters each. Right? We see 5 pairs of 2 letters each. A is one pair, E is another, and similarly we have 5 pairs of 2 letters each. So in each pair, both the letters, they are ekatmakas of one another. They are actually same. They are actually same, which implies A equals to A, which basically means this. A equals to A. Similarly, E equals to E, and so on. So Jiva Goswami explains, just like when the Lord, he appeared in the form of Vamana Dev, like a dwarf, small Brahmana, and he came to beg alms from Bali Maharaj. And then when Bali Maharaj agreed, then the same short-heighted dwarf, Vamana Bhagwan, he became big. He enlarged himself into Trivikrama form. The same Lord was short and then tall. Similarly, it's just like the short version and the long version, but the letter is the same. This is the idea. This is something like new. It was new to me when I studied this. I mean, it doesn't mean that they do not have separate identities. They do have separate identity in grammar, but still they are considered to be ekatmakas, treated like one. The implication, the usage, we will actually see in sandhis. So ekatmaka means ek atma, one soul. Similar. Now, purvo vamanaha. Amongst these ekatmakas, the first column, the first letters of the pairs, they are the short letters, short vowels. So they are called Vamana. The first Varna in each pair of Ekatmakas is called Vamana. They are Vamana. Which means short letter. The other names for it is Hrasva or Laghu. Hrasva or Laghu. Hrasva Varna or Laghu Varna. And Parastri Vikramaha. The second letter in each pair, they are long vowels. So Jiva Goswami names them Trivikrama. So this is how Jiva Goswami has named on Krishna's names. That's why this is Harinamamrit Vyakaranam. So other names are Dirgh and Guru. Dirgh and Guru. Dirgh and Guru for Trivikrama in other grammars. When you will study, if you will study the chandas, the science of composing verses, shlokas, then it all depends on this Laghu Guru. Short and the long vowels, the combinations, the pattern. It all depends on this thing, Laghu Guru. Putting where a short vowel will come, where a long vowel will come, and so on. Looks simple, but it is something to do with. Okay, so Purva Vamana Parasthar Vikrama. A, I, U, Ri, they are short. A, I, U, Ri, they are long vowels. Now I will tell one difference in pronunciation between the two, because it's only like the pronunciation difference mainly between the Vamanas and the Trivikramas. So there are two factors which we have to take care of. One is the time factor while pronouncing. Second is the prayatna, effort. So if it takes one matra to pronounce a Vamana, one matra, let's say a matra is a second. It's less than a second, but just assume that it's a second. Matra is a measurement of time, like a time unit. So if we take one matra, 1 second in order to pronounce a Vamana, then it should take the double amount of time to pronounce the Trivikrama letter. 2 matras. For example, please pronounce this after me. Bala.
Bala.
And now with the long ones. Bala.
Bala.
So what we did was, when it was small letter, Vamanas, we normally pronounced them. But when they are long, we are prolonging them, the pronunciation. We are giving more time. Bala. So if you get this, like half of the pronunciation is resolved for us while pronouncing. And second thing is effort. It takes less effort while pronouncing the Vamanas, and it takes a little more effort while pronouncing the long ones, the Trivikramas. And now effort means, so see, there are certain kinds of vayus, airs, life airs within the body, which are said to be 10. 5 are primary and 5 are secondary, total 10. So there is a certain air which is whose purpose or whose like function is to let us, is it makes the sounds happen. So that comes from the belly, that air. When you go to a music class, if you are learning vocals, sa re ga ma pa, so especially in India, the teacher, they always remind us, like the students, sing from the belly, not from the kantha. Sing from the belly, because that air actually comes from the belly. So now it comes from the belly, from the bottom, and then it passes through the lungs, through the neck, and then it is obstructed at different places in the mouth. The sthanas, the places of pronunciation, and then different letters are uttered. So when we are pronouncing a Vamana, a short letter, then we'll use little less amount of that air. But if you're pronouncing the long Trivikrama, then we will need more puff or more air in order to pronounce. We'll do this again and you notice it. Please, after me. Bala.
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 If you noticed Bala, it required more air in comparison with Bala. So mainly this time thing is there. If we can stick to it, we will really improve in our pronunciations. So Purva Vamana Parastra Vikrama, done. Then A Varjitah Sarveshwara Ishvara. So the Sarveshwaras, the 14 Sarveshwaras, Tatradu Chaturdasha Sarveshwara, if we exclude the first two, so the remaining ones, they are called Ishwaras. The letters are E, U, U, R, A, I, O. Fine. So these are the Ishwaras. And from Dashavatara Isha, if we remove from Dashavatharas, then the remaining 8 letters will be called Isha. E, U, R, and L. These are called Isha. Dashavatara Isha. Now there is one thing if you have noticed, like in Sutra number 8, the Sutra just says Dashavatara Isha. In Sutra number 7, it says Varjita Sarveshwara Ishvara. Just pay attention. In 7, it says Varjita, which means excluding the Varnas and A. Now coming to Sutra 8, in translation, it says excluding and A, but in the main Sutra, there is no Varjita mentioned, right? Which is the Sanskrit equivalent for that. So what is the reason? So this concept is called Anuvritti. This concept is called Anuvritti. Anuvritti means, so first of all, we had heard before that the grammarians, the Sanskrit scholars, they try to make the sutras as compact as possible, as short as possible. So one of the features they use to do it is this Anuvritti. Anuvritti means when they tend to not repeat something which is already mentioned in the previous sutra, and if it is applied in the next sutras. So they simply consider them that is carried forward. Basically Anuvritti means carrying forward. Carrying forward without, like mentioning again in the sutras. So that Varjita is carried forward to Sutra number 8 from Sutra 7. And it's carried forward and it's not like mentioned again in the sutra, like no repetition. So this is called Anuvritti. We will understand more about this ahead, this Anuvritti part. It helps to shorten the sutras. Anantah. Simple. These 6 letters are called Anantas together. Ananta. Chatusana. These 4 are called Chatusanas. These 4 letters are called Chaturbhuja. Then A, I, O, Au, Chaturvyuha. These 4 letters, they are called Chaturvyuha. And these 4 letters are also called Sandhi Akshara. When we will study Sandhi, I will come back to the sutra again and I will explain why they are called Sandhi Akshara. You will understand more about that then. So these letters are also called Sandhi Aksharas, and all 4 of them, they are Trivikramas. A, I, O, Au. All 4 of them are Trivikramas. No one is Vamana here. Okay. Then Ang iti Vishnu Chakram. So this M with the dot above, So this is only used for the sake of pronunciation here. It's not like a part of the sound. It's just taken for pronunciation's sake. The actual thing is only M with a dot above, the bindu in Devanagari, the dot. So this is called Vishnu Chakram in Harinamamrit Vyakaranam. In other grammars, it is called, generally it is called Anuswara. Anuswara. Here it is, here it is called Vishnu Chakram or Vishnu Chakra. Then the next one is this half moon like symbol with a dot above. So this is similar in pronunciation like the Vishnu Chakra, but it's more nasal. So it sounds funny whenever I try to do it. And if you are having cold, then it will be very easy for you to do it. You know, because in cold, we naturally sound nasal. So it is
Mm.
You know, it's totally nasal. Iti Vishnu Chapa. You know, literally Chand. So it's a nasal sound. Even it says here, Anunasika. This varna is pronounced in the nose. In the nose. It's pronounced in the nose, not from the nose, by the nose, in the nose. Yeah. Anyhow, so this is called Vishnu Chapa. Generally, it is called Chandrabindu. People call it Chandrabindu. Here, Jiva Goswami calls it Vishnu Chapa. Chapa refers to bow, Dhanush. So the bow of Lord Vishnu, because this is also, the bow is also in the same design or same shape. So Jiva Goswami just mentions it to be Vishnu Chapa. Then, aha iti Vishnu Sargaha. So this, again, is for the sake of pronunciation. The actual thing is the two dots here, H with a dot underneath. It is called Vishnu Sarga. Earlier grammarians, or normally it is called Visarga. Visarga. And this Visarga is not the Visarga mentioned in Bhagavatam. Atra Sargo Visargascha. Secondary creation. That is not what is meant here. This Visarga is just those two dots. Okay. Then comes the section on the consonants. So Kadayo Vishnu Jana, all the varnas from Ka onwards. So basically 25 plus 8, 34. 34 of them. So they are called, in English we call them consonants. In Harinama Amrit Vyakaranam, they are called Vishnu Janas. Vishnu Jana. In general Sanskrit grammars, the consonants are called what? Vyanjana. Vyanjana, here Jiva Goswami calls them Vishnu Jana. And the reason is simple, because just like we, the people of Lord, were dependent on the Lord for his mercy, for protection, maintenance. Similarly, these consonants, because they depend on Sarveshwaras, the vowels to be pronounced, so they are like the subjects of Lord Vishnu. So that's why they are called Vishnu Jana. Vishnu Jana. So Kadayo Vishnu Jana, all the consonants collectively they are called Vishnu Jana. Now, just one thing here. Like if you see this chart or illustration here, Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, all the letters mentioned, just pay attention in the English part that they have included this you know, with all the letters. But this is only for the sake of facilitating pronunciation. In actuality, the Vyanjanas, the Vishnu Janas, like the Shuddha, the pure Vishnu Janas, they are written without any vowels. So, ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. So these are the pure consonants without any vowels with them. This a is just added for the sake of pronunciation, nothing else. Okay. And if you're writing it in Devanagari, then in Devanagari we put that halanta, right? That halanta symbol to show that there is no vowel in it. And then these Vyanjanas in Panini, they are called hal. Hal. And actually, now coming to the point of halanta, that's the halanta symbol, right? Halanta means, so hal means consonant. Hal means consonant. And anta means end. So halanta basically means a word ending with a consonant. So that's the literal meaning of halanta. You know, the symbol, generally we just say the symbol is halanta, but halanta literally means a word ending with a consonant. Hal anta. So hal ante yasya saha tat halantah. Saha halantah. Anyhow, so halanta.
Prabhu, so we use halantam only in this context that we mean a word that ends with a consonant, with the Vishnu Jana, or is it also used incorrectly in a different way, like to indicate something else?
For example?
I just understood that maybe it is also used for consonants, but that would be wrong. Like a consonant is only hal. So
generally that halanta symbol, we use it at the end of the words, not in between.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because in between, for example, let's say we have a consonant and then another consonant, which we call conjunct consonant. Then in Sanskrit, we have ways of writing it, right? Like together. So yeah, we don't put halantas in the between. We put halantas at the end only. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Then Te Sutra 17. Te Mantah Pancha Pancha Vishnu Vargaha. Now amongst the Vishnu Janas, 34 of them, the first 25 letters. So the Vishnu Janas from Ka to Ma, 25 of them. So when we arrange those 25 letters into 5 groups of 5 each, we are all familiar with that pattern, right? So we get those 5 groups. So a group in Sanskrit is called a varga. Like a section, like for example, we have Kshatriya Varga, Brahmana Varga, Shudra Varga, like a class, a classification, a group. So when we divide those 25 letters into 5 groups of 5 letters each, then those 5 groups are called 5 Vargas. And they are called Vishnu Varga. Together, they are called Vishnu Varga. Individually, they are called Ka Varga, because it begins with Ka, Cha Varga, Ta Varga, Ta Varga, and Pa Varga. I think we are familiar with this, right? With this pattern.
Yeah.
Panini has a different name for these. The names are Kuchututupu. Kuchututupu. Yeah, he names Ka Varga as Ku, Cha Varga as Chu, Ta Varga as Tu, Pu. Just see, they're just trying to make things as compact as possible wherever they can. So Kuchututupu. Interestingly, okay, the Kuchututupu, if we write it, it will be written in this way. Ku, Chu, Tu, Tu, sorry, and U. Panini, I mean, is written also with a lot of, intellect. Okay, tell me which number is the vowel U in the list of vowels? Like which number is it? The short U.
Third.
No,
Fifth.
it's fifth.
Oh,
E, and then U.
yeah.
So Panini Muni has used U purposefully to indicate that all the Vargas, they have 5 letters in them. That's why he has used the fifth swara, U. What a nice reason, right? So,
But if we consider that they are a Katma, then it is the third.
I'm sorry?
Like when we consider that like A is one and EE is one and UU is one, then it
Okay,
becomes
no, we have not reached that. We are not talking in pairs. We are
okay.
talking from like individual perspective, individual letters. Then, furthermore, these 25 letters, the Vishnu Vargas, is classified column-wise, like vertically. So the first column, Kachatatapa, so these letters are called Harikamalas. The second column, vertical, Kachatatapa, they are called Harikhatgas. The third column, Gajadadava, they are called Harikadas. Fourth column, Gajadadava, they are called Harighosha. And the last column, Namananama, they are called Harivenus. Let me help you with one thing here, which you will be actually will be easy for you to remember this thing. So ka, cha, ta, ta, pa. So the first column is called Hari Kamala. Now, just pay attention because this column begins with ka. So Jiva Goswami has used Kamala, which begins with ka. Then the second column begins with kha. So he has used the name Hari Khadga. So kha. It will help you. Then the third column begins with ga. So the name is Hari Gada. Gada, ga. Then the fourth column begins with gha. So the name is Hari Ghosha. Gha. Only for the last one, maybe he didn't find a suitable word, like because it begins with nga. So he just used Venu for them. So that's like an exception. But for the first four, it's helpful, right? Ka,
Yeah.
kha, ga, gha. So be helpful. And the last sutra for today, ta itad Vishnu dasah. The Vishnu Vargas, excluding the Harivenus, are called Vishnu dasas. So if we exclude the last column, the Harivenu, from the whole Vishnu Varga thing, then the remaining letters, these 4 columns, they are called Vishnu dasa. Vishnu dasa. That's it. Okay.
I think it will be more difficult to memorize the meaning than the sutras.
I mean, meaning for this particular section, I'm not expecting you to memorize like the translation as they are, but if I ask you what is Sarveshwara, you should come up with the letters. Okay, this is Sarveshwara, So you should know the groups, the divisions. Yeah, that is what is expected here, not literal translations.
Mhm.
Okay, sutras for next week are, so from Sutra 24 till Sutra, from 24 till Sutra 47.
Mhm.
From Sutra 24 till Sutra number 47. So this is this is for next week. Anything else you want to say, ask?
Yes, Prabhu. There was one time, I don't remember exactly which others were there, but at one time there was a grouping of, yeah, I mean, I can just go over the recording so that we don't have to repeat. Yeah, so it seems a little bit complicated, but I guess when I go over it again, it will be clear.
Okay. So we'll resume the next weekend. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.